Welcome to the Miss Nina B. Show. I'm your host, Miss Nina B. Abdul-Wakeel, sharing words of wisdom, insights, and practical life tips, inspiring you to greatness. Today, I am super excited. I have a guest with me by the name of Miss Christine Wilson. Yay! She is a new author of a wonderful new book called Authentically You, Following Your Own Path. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Miss Nina B. I am so excited to be a part of the show, and I want to thank you sincerely for inviting me.
So, I've known you for about 15 years, almost 16 years, but tell my listeners a little bit about you. Who is Christine Wilson?
Who is Christine Wilson? Who am I? First, I'm a wife to an amazing man, Andrew Wilson, for 28 years now.
Wow.
I'm a mother of two musically talented young men, Brian and Andrew Wilson, and a boss businesswoman, Arnetta. I'm a grandmother of 11.
11?
11.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm an encourager, a motivator, and some say a calming agent. I'm a worshiper, an intercessor, and recently a published author.
How about that?
How about that?
Okay. When you finally decided to pursue your dream of writing a book, to step out in faith and try the unknown, there's usually a trigger, something that says, it's time. Let me do this. What was your trigger to do Authentically You?
You know, you're absolutely right. Typically, there is a trigger, a situation or a circumstance or something. Sometimes it could be something as simple as a longing, a heart's longing. My why actually started 4 years ago. I was rushed into emergency surgery to remove a liter of fluid from around my heart.
Wow.
Yes. Experiences like that often cause you to take a closer look at life, as they should. I began to question everything I did. Some things were in line. Other things needed to be looked at a little closer. Examine why are you doing what you're doing. And some adjustments needed to be made. So as I journaled my way through the experience over those 3 years, the 3 years between now and back to when I had the surgery,
right,
I fell in love with writing again. And because I had to answer some very hard questions about my motivation for living the way I lived. And as I fell in love with writing again, I found my voice. In finding my voice, I stopped hiding behind all of my facades and dealt with some of my fears and began to find my true self. Yes, fears. And then in January 2016, this book began to take shape.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what would you hope for people to take away from reading your book?
Well, I hope, I hope people will gain a sense of personal appreciation. Learn how to enjoy your own maturation process. We miss so much when we constantly look at other people and their process through life, when our own journey really has a lot of meaning. And our journey is exciting once we recognize that we have something to contribute. There are so many people who sit on the sidelines watching a few people move out in their dreams and passions, wishing they could do the same thing. I used to be that person, that onlooker. And there are still so many other things I want to do, so many things I dream of still doing. What you have done with the Miss Nina B Show and what I have done with publishing Authentically You is to open the floodgates for others to step into their dream. We are helping others just to see that it's just a slight tweak to your daily. It's a minor adjustment to your routine. A few modifications to our normal that would change the trajectory of our lives. That one small addition or alteration will permit you to find your sweet spot and cause you to live in your place of nirvana. So I hope people will begin to agree with God and accept who He created them to be, and to live completely free of restraints and limitations in their identity.
I think that's awesome. I think one of the things you just said that just resonated with me was a little tweak, a little twist, a little turn.
Exactly.
And it could open the floodgates for so many unknown things.
Possibilities.
And possibilities. That's so true. I'm living that. You're living that. this is testament to that, and you put it so eloquently. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I had no idea that there was a writer in you all those years, and I'm so glad that it's come to the forefront.
Yes, I have journaled since I was a child, a teenager. Back then, we called it having a diary.
A diary. Mm-hmm.
And as I grew, and once I started my relationship with the Lord, it switched from a diary to a journal to a prayer journal.
Okay, yes.
And then it just became a dialogue between me and God.
Wow.
And I work out a lot of my life situations as I journal.
Well, one of the things the Miss Nina B show is going to be unfolding is something called the Greatness Quest. It's a small community to come and support each other. Mm-hmm. And one of the elements that I'm going to be encouraging people to do is journaling.
Yes.
And journaling can come in a lot of different forms based on the person's needs. So I might be calling upon you to get some insights on how we can unfold that into something new in someone's life.
Awesome. It would be a privilege to talk about that.
So I want to shift gears just a little. Through my contact with you and my excitement about you releasing your book, God opened the door for me to be part of a special project, an anthology project, a book. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about writing my story and a little scared. So tell me about your publishing experience.
Yes. And congratulations on your decision to take that leap of faith to be a part of the anthology. I am eagerly awaiting its publication. Eager. My publishing experience was phenomenal. My literary mentor was literally an answer to my prayer. In September of 2016, I was heading to a retreat that I attend annually with my two sisters. So it's about a 3 to 4 hour drive. So I have all that time in the car by myself.
Right.
To pray, talk, sing out loud, because can't nobody hear me. So at this point, I am 9 months into writing my book, and I still have no clue how to publish it.
Oh.
I'm 3 months, and I know I'm 3 months away from publishing this book, and I still don't know the next step. So I'm in the car, and I'm praying, and I'm saying, okay, God, can you place me right in the presence of the person to help me get my book published? And listen, God never disappoints. He never disappoints. On the retreat, one of the speakers had just published her own book and started a publishing company.
How about that? Right on time,
Right
God.
on time. She had a table set up and was selling her first book. Well, of course, I made my way over to her table and started asking questions. By the end of the weekend, I had basically determined that she was the answer to my prayer. My literary mentor, Miss Felicia Lucas, coached me every step of the way. She answered any and all of my questions, no matter how small. No, there is no insignificant question.
Correct.
When you're trying to get your baby birthed. She gave me assignments to complete. We started out with weekly phone calls.
Okay.
And then from those phone calls, she would give me assignments to complete before the next week's phone call. And then when that call came, she would ask me, okay, did you do this? And how did that go? And give me an update. So, and then she would send me the recording so that I could be encouraged by that throughout the week. I could replay it.
Wow.
To make sure I was on track.
So
stay
she was
focused.
Coaching you.
She was coaching me.
All along the way.
And those calls went on as long as we both felt we needed them once a week. And then at some point she would say, okay, I think you're strong enough in this area and you're confident enough in this area to back these calls off to every other week.
Okay.
And then we weaned that way. And she's still very much accessible to me. If I need to call her about anything, now that the book is out,
right.
I'm kind of weaned. But we are still very, much in touch with each other.
Well, I'm guessing that you probably got another book or two in you too.
I think I do. I think I may do that. Yes. So, yeah, my publishing experience was great. His Glory Creations Publishing Company is her company. She's outstanding, and I will use her. I will reach out to her if and when. I should go ahead and say when I start my next project.
Well, just as a little teaser for my audience, yes. I will be interviewing Miss Felicia Lucas. on the Miss Nina B show. So you'll get to hear directly from her about her experiences and what her ministry is about and what the process is around publishing a book. So how long did it take for you? So you reached out to her, and then how long did it take before the book was published?
I reached out to her in October. I actually signed on with her company on October 2nd. And the book was finished. I finished writing the book December 2016, and I published in March.
Wow.
It doesn't take that long, though. March was my choice.
Okay.
I could have published the first week in January. If your material is ready and you feel like you're ready to publish, we use Create Space. So I self-published.
Okay.
So whenever you feel that your material is ready, you can upload. Create Space takes about a week to go through your material to make sure it's printable, print ready.
Right.
And if it is, you can hit the button that week.
Wow.
Order a proof. Make sure it looks the way you want it to look, and you're done.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a seamless process. It seemed intimidating, but it really wasn't.
So, what words of wisdom would you give to someone who kind of always wanted to write a book but felt overwhelmed by the thought?
Well, I would say you're never going to be completely satisfied until you do it.
Okay.
Start compiling your thoughts into one document and watch it begin to come to life. Ask the Lord to help you with it, and He will do just that. In James 1:5, it says, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask God, and He will respond to you liberally and without reproach. And, He'll give you what you need. I speak life into your ability to write, and pray that the breath of God will rest upon you to bring your book into manifestation.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me? I think for the remainder of this year, I'll be promoting my first book, Authentically You, building relationships, networking, rekindling relationships with Miss Nina B. Yay.
Like us.
Yes. I've met some incredible people along this journey and have had relationships rekindle, and I am truly grateful. Beyond that, I do see another book in the making. And potentially a magazine. I've had a magazine in myself, for a long, long time, and I'm just really, really praying that God will breathe life into that magazine. But yeah, my times are in His hands, so I trust Him. If it's another book first, I'm ready to go there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you. I can see just the light, the glow in you of just walking in your dream, walking in your calling, what God is asking you to do, and just impacting people in ways you probably aren't even aware.
Right.
I mentioned to you that as I look at the cover of the book, right? Just the cover of the book. Okay, how many times can you pick up the cover of the book and go, wow, I can't wait to read it? I guess that's what it's supposed to be, but it's truly it. It wasn't like, okay, let me pick up the cover and then read the back. Right. It was just looking at the cover, just one conveyed a message of peace and realness to me. And so I am excited about this book for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I encourage my listeners to get the book and read the book. So tell them how they can get the book.
You can get the book. There are several ways that listeners can get a copy of my book. For those who like paper copies, I'm on Amazon. If you want a signed copy, you have to visit my website, which is christinewilson.net. And I'm also available on Kindle.
Your book is available on Amazon, hard copy, Kindle, which is like an ebook, as well as if they wanted hard copy and signed, which I highly recommend, they can access and get it from you, from your website, christinewilson.net. So that's CHRISTINE Wilson.net. So we want to make sure that they know it's a CH that they need to look for.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited for me as well, and I'm just as excited for the Miss Nina B show.
Thank you so much for honoring us to come and allow me